So the next story is about this ridiculous person on the left and the media darling of the progressives on the right. Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia 14, and no, Georgia 14 or Georgia 6? Georgia's.
It's an irrelevant part of Georgia.
Okay. Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia, and Alexandria Ocasio Cortez from New York 14, a district that might be going away because of the new census. Not sure yet.
Georgia 14, yeah.
Georgia 14. So Georgia 14, New York 14. All right. So a couple of weeks back.
By the way, that's tactic too. By the way,
what was
getting
that?
rid of AOC's district.
That's what.
That's a tactic.
Yeah, probably. They said New York missed, like, they're losing one district because of 81 fewer people in the census than they would have needed to get to keep their district. Anyway, whatever. So a couple of weeks back, Marjorie Taylor Greene had challenged AOC to a debate about the Green New Deal. Green with with two E's, not three, like Marjorie. So she wanted to challenge her to talk about to debate about the Green New Deal. AOC pretty much just ignored it. Like, I don't need to talk to a freshman senator. I'm a sophomore. I'm sorry, freshman representative. I'm a sophomore. And Marjorie Taylor Greene keeps asking her because, Marjorie Taylor Greene, we know what type of congressperson she is. She's of that Matt Gaetz archetype. Jim Jordan isn't quite like that, but Matt Gaetz for sure is. And that's the type of congressman who is about making waves, wanting to have a viral clip, wanting to, that's what she does. So she wants to do this debate thing because she thinks she can have some own the libs type of moment, some gotcha moment. And Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez doesn't want to do this. So she's been hounding her and following her and all that stuff. Well, apparently it blew up into a thing either earlier today or late yesterday. I think it was earlier today. And today again is the 13th of May, where a couple of reporters, including a CNN reporter, witnessed Marjorie Taylor Greene basically following AOC around and yelling at her about something, and why do you support terrorist organizations like Antifa and Black Lives Matter, which you can believe what you want, but they aren't terrorists. Why do you support the Green New Deal? It's going to kill jobs. It's going to do this. She's yelling at her. And apparently, according to the CNN report that I saw and I sent to Zeus, AOC turned around and yelled something back, but it was inaudible. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene started talking to the reporters about, well, you see, the Democrats can't back up the policies that they want and yada yada. And it's just another in a string of cases where Marjorie Taylor Greene has been accosting her fellow Congress people. She did it with that lady I spoke of earlier that has the trans daughter. She did it with Cori Bush because Cori Bush asked her to put a mask on. She's just a very unlikable person. And it just comes through every time there's a new story about her.
I'm just, look, one of these days, you're going to find out that a congresswoman, or hell, not even a congressman, that they weren't always a congresswoman, right? They weren't always a congressperson. That they're basically going to show her where they came from. You know what I mean? It's going to happen.
It's going to turn into fisticuffs.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, you don't look like you know how to fight. But what's it called?
Well, hold on. She does own a CrossFit gym. I will say that. A string of CrossFit gyms.
Yeah, I've seen her CrossFit. She looked like a freaking a fish out of water floundering for dear breath when she was doing her little pull-ups. And anyways, yeah, she it's just. And the problem is, it's getting fed. The media feeds into her because she knows that if she has no power, right? Yeah. She was completely stripped of it. But she knows that as long as she keeps talking, she can keep voting in. keep getting voted in, and she's gonna continue to continue to collect her
Yeah,
locations.
I mean, what's next, right? It's going to be campaign funding or campaign raising funds off of this. It's going to be, let me sell this book about being a true American patriot, and you're going to have the Hicks, and I say this in the most offensive way possible. The Hicks who vote for her, buying those books and making her 100,000 a year and maybe even a millionaire. And she's gonna keep doing this because this is all they do. It's a grift. They keep taking advantage of people who will let her take advantage of them. And I don't see how they don't get it. Right? It's the Trump model through and through. Trump did it with them with Trump University. He did it with them with Trump Steaks. He did them all his life, and they still let it happen.
She says what they want to say.
Yeah.
What a lot of them are too scared to say in public because they know that, you know what, Marjorie Taylor Greene is probably not going to get smacked in her mouth by AOC. But you try to say that in front of look, a kid unfortunately got arrested because he ended up killing a guy who called him the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he called him the N-word. He punched him. The guy fell on his head, and he got arrested for manslaughter. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like somebody said, like, it's not gonna, not your grandparents. You know what? I'm not my grandparent. You know, mm-hmm. Like a lot of people are saying, it's like eventually something's gonna happen, and the person who's trying to talk is going to be hurt.
Yeah. I really hate her brand of politics. This whole thing of like always trying to antagonize people. I don't know if you remember that clip from.
It's not politics. You're not a politician. She's an agitator.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember that clip from 2018. This is about a year after the shooting in Parkland, where David Hogg is going to Congress to talk about gun violence. And she's out there with her camera chasing them down. Like, why do you want to take away our guns? Why do you want to do this? Talk about? And then I think she's the same person who suggested that the Parkland shooting had like actors in it. No, it wasn't Parkland. She was talking about Sandy Hook, the one with the 5-year-old kids that died. Like she does this because she knows that people who agree with her, they'll be like, yeah, that's right. Stick it to them. Stick it to the libs. But all this is not discourse. This is not how things move ahead. This is just you wanting to cause fights and doing more divisiveness just because you can raise funds off of that, or you can get people to watch your YouTube channel. Because I think it was a YouTube channel she was doing at the time when she was doing that.
All she is an Alex. She's the female
Alex Jones. Yes.
Who got voted into Congress.
That is perfect. Alex Jones. That's exactly who she is. She's the worst. She's the worst example.
She probably has as much skeletons in her closet, which I think she does.
I bet. Yeah, something about a throuple or something like that. I don't. Whatever. She's a terrible person. I don't care about her throuple. She just needs to not be in a seat of power, which thankfully she doesn't really have any power. So that's good.
She's collecting a check.
So that's what do you say?
She's just collecting a check at the expense of the American people who continue to vote for her.
This is true. Yes.
That's the sad part.
So that's Marjorie Taylor Greene. We have